host. As always, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kakwadash.
All right, we want to give double honors to our apostles at Great Millstone who taught us this truth, okay, and who teach the correct doctrine, okay, because we've really been hammering that home the past, well, I don't know, the past couple months since 2024 started, man. And we want to give a sincere shalom to the elect out there teaching this truth in all honesty and sincerity in these last days. Okay, and we're going to get into, this is basically like an open forum. We're out here by the river at the park. You know, it's somewhat nice night out. But, we're going to get into the coming destruction and other topics as well. You know, because I wanted to touch up on, a little later on, what's going on with FOPI. Basically, one of the black-only Israelite groups, their leader fell off and quit. You know, but that's another...
Again?
You know, it's Quanath. Elder Quanath, some guy who shows up for a couple years, disappears for a couple years. Shows up for a couple years, disappears for a couple years.
That's why I said again.
Yeah. So who knows? Yeah, we've got to wait for Batman to come back. He's like Batman. He comes when the people need him.
Hey. And bet when the tip get pushed on the news heavy and become mandatory, he'll probably pop back up around that time.
He wasn't even around during the whole pandemic, man. FOPI. Yeah. Anyways, let's start with the scriptures. Enough of these clowns, man.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 14, verses 21. But thus saith the Lord God, how much more...
Yeah, you gotta bear with us, brothers. We didn't think it was gonna be this dark, and then we forgot, it's the new moon. So, you know, it's usually darker out during the new moon.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 14, verses 21. But thus saith the Lord of power, how much more when I send my four sword judgments upon Jerusalem, the sword, and the famine, and the noisome beast, and the pestilence to cut off from it man and beast. Yet behold, there shall be left a remnant that shall be brought forth, both sons and daughters. Behold, they shall come forth unto you, and ye shall see their way and their doings, and ye should be comforted concerning the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem, even concerning all that I have brought upon it.
All right, because the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is getting ready to send evil, not getting ready to. He's sending evils and plagues on Jerusalem because judgment begins at the house of Israel, Israelites. So the Lord is sending pestilences, viruses, diseases, sexually transmitted disease, epidemics.
The Lord said that He would search Jerusalem with candlesticks and punish those that are settled on their lees. Mm-hmm. Okay, and you can't look at Jake and tell me, especially in his ministry, that they're settled on their lees, man.
Even these Jakes in poverty, living in the hoods and ghettos, is proud and settled on their leads. Acting like they're living in their own little bubble, not thinking about the events and the prophecies taking place all throughout the globe. They stuck in their little projects or their hood or their block. Not realizing or understanding. It's a real big thing going on around them. And the Lord said, He's going to send His four sword judgments. The sword, pestilence, the noisome beast, and what was it?
Famine.
And famines. And before we started, we was talking about the few things going on in the world right now. They talking about due to climate change and things getting and the weather switching up is going to cause massive swarms of locusts to take place around certain parts of the earth, which is going to devastate the crops. So you have the locusts getting ready to to multiply at a higher rate. You got these wildfires in Texas, burning up acres of land and killing cattle, which is going to affect the beef industry. It's also been a lot of chicken farms getting set ablaze too, and this is all Lord's will. Esau Edom possibly doing it on purpose. He possibly not, but either way, it's Lord's will. So you got the chicken farms getting set on fire. You got barns full of cattle and cows and pigs and etc. getting set on fire. You got the locust situation that's getting ready to get bad, and you also in Hades, it's a civil war, genocide situation going on there, and they said hunger's getting ready to strike Hades too, and they already hungry there.
Yep. And also it's a bad famine going on in Gaza. Yep. Going on over there too.
Gaza, Yemen,
Yep.
Also not Yemen, Ethiopia.
The Gaza situation is getting, that's more than likely the most important one because that's what the whole world is watching right now.
Right.
That conflict with Israel, or war with Israel and Gaza, the imposter Israel. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So a big famine is coming to America.
Yep.
And it's gonna hit hard because these people have never faced a famine. And even though we talked before, even if you were bum on the street, you still technically not starving as compared to what these other people, these other countries is right now.
Yeah. People in America don't starve to death.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's impossible to starve to death in Mystery Babylon the Great, but
Yeah, that's unknown for America.
yeah,
We're used to living in abundance.
yeah, you could get a meal. You could go steal you some food, live off of ramen noodles, live off of cereal. It's pretty hard to starve to death in America. It's just the fact that you're surrounded by food, literally.
Right. So you got to eat crumbs or whatever you're doing. You still finding something.
Matter of fact, you can survive off of going to the garbage dumpsters behind all these fast food restaurants and survive.
Well,
you get a good meal behind there because they dump all the food when they done
At the end
after
of the
work.
night.
Yeah.
my grandparents, they used to tell me what life was like during
It's
the Depression.
unrighteous,
Right.
And they used to talk about how sometimes you would have to you would go to the butcher, the farmer, or whatever, and you would buy spoiled meat, and you would cook the hell out of it because it was really the only meat that you could afford. And a lot of the foods that they had to afford, they had to give them food coupons, which was pretty much the start of food stamps during the Depression, man. And they would always get into how everybody pulled their own weight. Everybody offered services to each other. People were cooler with their neighborhoods, got together and helped each other out. See, but this time we're not gonna have that, man.
It was more of a community back then.
Right. We're not gonna have that, man.
People divided.
Shit, nowadays you looking at your next door neighbor, like wondering what the fuck type of time they on. People could be living next door to somebody for years and not even know their name.
I mean, your neighbor could be an absolute redneck, Edomite, and next door to you, you could have the most gangster person you ever met in your fucking life, right? Complete opposite people, and then across the street, you could have a house full of fucking thespians, all right? And then that house over there, you could have a transformer person living in there who's adopted kids, okay? This place is through, man. And all those people listed above, man, ain't none of them gonna come together. No, this place is divided, man.
Hey, I just mentioned people here could be living next door to each other and not even know their neighbor's name. Don't know what they do for a living. Don't know their names. Don't know nothing. But we living on top of each other here in Mystery Babylon the Great, and don't even know the person you pretty much living with.
This is Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. So you have about half the people in this country that hate this country. Then you have the other half of the people that love this country. Okay? And I mean, it might not be half and half. You know, it might be either or. But you can't move forward as a nation if half the people think your country is being the fucking devil worldwide, and the other one thinks it's innocent and hasn't done anything wrong. Okay?
Yeah, because these people, the people in Mystery Babylon the Great, don't agree spiritually. They ideologies is different. Their philosophies is different. Their spiritualities is different. You know, and now you got the gender situation that's causing division as well, and then you got the government. That's a division amongst the government, and then the states, the red and the blue states. It's like America all over the place.
They were talking about in New York State, over 85% of the counties in New York State are actually red. But it's just Long Island and New York City that's where the majority of Democrats are, man, or the blue area. And that's been causing, because I've been hearing it since I was a child. Oh, they need to make New York State and New York City separate, man, because we're always got to fucking cater to what they want, you know? Well, that's going on nationwide. You have entire states where majority of the counties might be so-called red states, right, or red areas, and then the blue areas will just be the two big cities in the state. You know?
Right.
So what's going to happen when the people out in the suburbs and the rural areas, who, by the way, have the majority of the guns
and money
and the businesses, what's going to happen when they finally say, enough, we're tired of being misrepresented? They're going to try and take this country back by the sword, man. Because that's Esau's blessing, okay? Let me read this again. Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew the thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So the Lord is in the middle of dividing this place, man.
Can two walk together unless they be agreed?
I mean, just look at how much division is amongst those who know that they're Israelites, man.
Yeah,
It's much more so. All right, there's a lot more division amongst the regular worldly ass Babylonians here, man. You know, they can't agree on a way to move forward. Everybody is on social media. That's why it's going to be a blessing when the Lord gets rid of fucking social media, man.
Right.
That shit is poison. All right,
And the
you
internet,
got
a whole lot of pride gonna stop.
quick. Got a bunch of fucking college kids on there acting like they fucking know everything because they were told that a thingamajig that removes its privy area, changes it to something else or whatever, has the same equality as them, man. It's ridiculous.
And you got to think, without the internet, a lot of these people, without their social medias, they're not about nothing. They don't stand for nothing. Because everything is for show.
Keyboard warriors.
Keyboard warriors. It's for clout. It's for popularity. It's for attention.
And then these people are demons, man. It's like the thought police. You post somebody posts a comment or leaves a comment, stating their opinion, and all of a sudden somebody will say, somebody's got to go through and find this guy's family and his job and send these comments to his boss and blah, 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 trying to ruin each other's lives, man.
Yeah, what happened to freedom of speech and agree to disagree?
What happened to all that fucking tolerance that everybody was talking about? Tolerance and peace and love. You can fucking ruin somebody's life, man. And it happens all the time, that cancel culture, man. Mm-hmm. But the Lord is stomping that out, too. Because you got the anti-cancel culture people that are banding together and boycotting shit. Like when they boycotted what was that, Bud Light?
Yeah.
Because they put some T word.
Yeah, a transformer. advertised, and the sales went down.
Significantly. There's mostly rednecks that drink fucking Bud Light. Don't know you know they drink damn Bud Light.
Now you going to go buy yourself a brewski. You look on the fucking can and it's a transformer on there.
And now they want to start putting it on kids' candy, lunch boxes for kids at school. You know, and you're just being intolerant if you don't agree with that. They're just supposed to push whatever they want on the children, and you're not supposed to care. You know. That's why the Lord is gonna tear this shit up, man.
Yep. I got some.
Zephaniah 1:10.
Yeah, bring out whatever y'all got.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 10. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord, that there should be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. How ye inhabitants of Magtesh, for all the merchant people are cut down. All they that bear silver are cut off.
Like the merchant peoples, man. The big fat cat bankers, the big investors in that, man. You know, we live in a society where money moves really fast, a lot faster than it used to. So whenever something goes down, something else gets pumped. Okay, the AI is taking over the markets, really, man. As soon as a piece of news happens, the AI's already bought and sold everything. You're kind of left out. But that could also be a thorn in the side, man. You know,
he can go down quick.
Esau Edom is getting a little too carried away with this AI. It may be he might shoot himself in the foot with it. You know, but what if that AI becomes sentient and it figures out who the real devil is? It tries to bring him down.
I'm sure that won't take long. Hey, we got all these big banks closing. The banks closing. That's in the news. You know, years back you ain't hear about Bank of America shutting down and these other large bank firms. You know, this is all happening because they're getting ready to bring in a digital society.
They are. They definitely are. Bitcoin just broke its all-time high yesterday. Went over 70,000. You know, and the halvening event didn't even happen. It's not until mid-April. You know, so they're getting ready to move, man. They got all the big players putting money in the digital currencies. You know, Web 3.0 technologies, things like that.
You got Trump mentioning stock market crashes and shit.
Oh, that's a big sifter in America, man. It's Trump. You know, you want to get somebody emotional in America. You either tell them something that Trump said that they agree with, or something that they don't agree with. You know, that's the guy that sets everybody off, man. You know, and it's looking like that he's going to get back in. It looks like he's going to get back in. The Supreme Court said that they got to keep him on the ballot, and he said his first day in office, he's going to make himself dictator. You know?
I mean, and just think about it. Look at all the other candidates. Who else who could fuck with him? Like ain't nobody else. It's like that's another reason why it's clearly systematically designed. Because you got Trump and you got Biden and these other people you don't even really know like that. You know, and if you do know who they is, they don't stand a chance.
Propaganda.
Yeah, it's all propaganda. It's all a show.
Yep. This is Ezekiel 21:9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord, say, a sword is sharpened, and also furbished. Okay? It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. Okay? And he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. okay, that it may be handled. That sword is representing a great slaughter, okay, in this scripture, man. And we know that everything in America is coming to a head. You know, people are begging the government to do something about this migrant crisis, man. All over America, people are begging for something. They're begging for it. They're willing to do anything for it. So now they're looking at Trump as this new leader because he said he's going to come in and shake shit up, man.
Yeah, he said it's going to be the greatest deportation of history.
And you think that's going to happen without violence? No, it's going to bring violence, man.
That's not bringing peace.
It's not bringing peace, man.
And that's why you got to think about the movies that come out, like the Forever Purge. The Forever Purge was based upon it being a forever purge and Americans giving effort to get all the illegals out of America. They was going slaughtering groups of migrants. Remember that movie Forever Purge? They was going strictly after the migrants and the people that wasn't down for the system. Die-hard Americans. So they make all those movies. Yeah, they make all those movies for a reason. Because all the migrants had targets on their backs, and we may very well possibly come into a time where that's going to become true, where migrants will have a target on their back from these Edomites in America, and for these Babylonians that are upset with how Americans being treated due to the migrant situation.
Yeah, they mad that they all come to this land, but it's not your land from the start,
Right?
You know? So you got no reason to be mad about nothing.
But it's getting so crazy. You even got Jake getting mad about the migrant situation. Because they mad like, damn, we been living here. We been struggling. We need housing. We need government assistance. But these migrants could come here and get food stamps, get a place to stay, get a car, get a job.
While other countries across the world is getting aid type packages, and now migrants are getting money. So these people,
and Americans are stuck footing the bill.
Yes, stuck footing the bill. Fucking high ass food prices.
So when that slaughter comes, they're gonna welcome it.
Yeah.
but hey, what these Edomites don't know is, what they don't realize is these elites, they hate you lower hanging Edomites too. You gun toting rednecks, man. They're gonna come for you too. It ain't just gonna be them migrants. They're coming for anybody who's against their New World Order, man. Because Esau Edom did this to Europe already. France is full of Arabs, man, and so-called Africans, man. Same thing with Sweden and all that. That's why, hey, the whole world came together and condemned fucking Poland because they were like, no, we're not going to allow that shit. We're going to stay a bunch of Polacks and eat our pierogies or whatever the hell.
Hey, can you be mad at him?
You really can't.
You can't.
You really can't.
Shut the border down. We don't need any of that extra shit. If you ain't from here, don't come here.
If we had our own nation, Israel, you think we'd be letting Moabites in, letting their Chinese culture all into our children?
Absolutely not.
So it makes sense.
And having a wall around your kingdom or around your country is a normal thing. When you read in the scriptures, Jerusalem had walls around our cities, had walls around our kingdoms. We knew who came in and came out of our city.
That's right.
But now America is an unwalled city. You know, that's what it's likened to in Ezekiel. So that's why all the migrants is coming through.
Let me finish in here.
But really, that's part of their plan for chaos.
Verse 11, and he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, meaning that it's ready for slaughtering, right? And it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. Who are the majority of these migrants? Our people. Okay? It shall be upon. So all you guys in Israel that were saying that Latinos weren't Israelites all those years, say, well, where's all these Latina tribes at, man? Where's all these Latino tribes at? Well, the Lord made him come up here.
By the millions.
Remember when we first came in? It was almost all Judah.
Judah, Gad, and Reuben.
Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword. Terrors by reason of the sword. Wow. Shall be upon my people. Smite, therefore, upon thy thigh. Alright? So the Lord is going to send that sword soon, man. He may send it on an inauguration day, 2025. January 20th. What a great birthday present that would be for me. Even though I don't celebrate birthdays. But, go ahead,
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. All right, and destruction and death is getting ready to cover the face of the planet. You know, due to these wars and rumors of wars, due to the uproars of the people, the civil unrest, the mass protests, due to virus and disease.
Not food insecurity.
Yes,
It's rising.
Food, due to food insecurity, food shortages.
The weather, like tornadoes and earthquakes, because the weather is the earth is out of whack. So
Yeah,
that's causing more calamity.
yeah. You got warm weather. It was warm last month in February. It was some warm ass weather on the East Coast, but then on the West it was a blizzard. You know, so that was ass backwards, because in February here in upstate New York we usually get hit with blizzards. Even right now it's not bad outside, but we get hit with it's off. We getting hit with 60, 70 degrees in February. That ain't normal for upstate New York. 60, 70 degrees in February. You know, we here in March, we get hit with 40, 50s, 60s, and they talking about we gonna get an early spring. You know, which I ain't complaining, by the way. You know, shit.
It already practically is spring.
It's already spring. You know, it get cold as fuck up here.
It's like you never know, man. It can get cold any day.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the 1 week, like 2 weeks ago, the temperatures dropped 40 degrees in under 12 hours.
It dropped from 60 to 24.
Yes.
That's
about it.
Yeah.
That's that. Well, hey, that's that get sick weather, man. That El Nino. Everybody's getting sick.
A lot of people getting sick right now.
Yeah.
You know, we had basically what an El Nino is the jet stream comes from the west coast and runs through the country instead of through the north pole and shooting down. They call that a polar vortex or something. So we're getting all this air that we're not used to. You know, all these different pathogens. And when them temperatures go up and down real quick like that, that's how you get sick. And it's not good for the crops either.
That's bacteria, that's allergens.
Plus a lot of chemicals get sprayed in the air all day, 24/7.
Yeah, so shit, definitely.
Plus, everybody smoking cigarettes every day. Yo, everyone smokes cigarettes. I promise you.
Or vape.
Damn.
Or weed. And the overdoses from fucking fentanyl is rising, because now the fentanyl and cocaine, it's in the pills, it's in the cocaine, and it's even in the weed now. So if you're doing drugs, you really legit playing roulette. Trying to chase a high, you chasing death.
Overdoses.
But yeah, the Lord said He gonna send plagues. He gonna send widowhood. You know, a lot of men is gonna die, leaving women husbandless and children fatherless. Poverty on the rise. You know, you got people working full-time jobs, still broke, still barely could eat, can't afford the bills. Famine, food shortages, swore, people getting ready to lose their shit. There's more guns in America than a little bit. You know, the gun is a modern day sword. You know, pestilence, virus, and disease. Every time you turn around, they talk about a new bacteria or a new fungus or a new virus or disease, or even an old virus or disease coming back. Examples like the bubonic plague, mosquito-borne illnesses, and etc. waste to thy houses with destruction and death. It's getting ready to be destruction and death. And of course, they're using these migrants. They're going to bring in martial law. It's going to be civil unrest. It's going to be mass protests of the people. People going to be robbing and stealing and looting. You name it.
We're going to get a lot more white men.
Brother's got any other precepts?
The one that you said you but people stay on their knees.
Okay. Yeah. Bring that up.
This is the book of
Bring out a couple more.
Zephaniah chapter 1 and 12. And this should come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leaves, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil.
Well, you got a lot of these people, man. Our people. They're not even paying attention to the Most High.
Right.
They're too busy being wicked, man. They're too busy covering their body head to toe with tattoos, looking like a damn living demon creature,
Demon creature, yep.
doing all kinds of weird shit with their hair.
Yeah, the different colors and shit.
Our men are weak and effeminate, and they're just fucking. They're just such pussies and suckers when it comes to these fucking women, man. Well, that goes with the scriptures,
You got men and women mutilating their bodies. Men cutting off their rods, changing into something else. You got women getting liposuction and BBLs and breast implants and breast reductions. Like it's clearly ain't nobody happy.
Yeah.
People ain't even happy with the flesh that they in. Especially these women, they eyelashes ain't good enough. Their eyebrows ain't good enough. Their lips ain't good enough. Their breast ain't good enough. Their butt ain't good enough. Their stomach ain't flat enough. Their hair ain't long enough. Everything is fake. Mm-hmm. Everything is fake.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I would say, and now in the military, a lot of the northern tribes is changing their gender to get more money.
and a lot of Americans, especially Jake, they're just
That's crazy.
they're just irresponsible, man. Like this brother was just mentioning about how broke everybody is, man. I mean, yeah, everybody's broke, but damn, some people, you got a lot of grown-ass adults that spend their money like little children in this nation, man. And it never was like that before.
No responsibility or management.
Yeah, exactly. No management, no consideration for a rainy day, no guise of being a responsible fucking adult. And like, well, hey, with the women, man, you don't need to go. A bitch will go to a fucking nail salon.
Spend $200.
When you could go to a fucking Walmart and get some damn nail polish for $5. No, I'm not saying once in a while don't treat yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, treat yourself.
Or you got Jake that acts like a pair of shoes is literally a golden shoe.
Right.
And they'll spend out the ass, and then they'll get every fucking pair of shoes that come out. They living in some fucking beat up fucking one bedroom apartment.
Or rent come due, they ain't got the rent.
Yeah.
But fly as hell.
Looking fly as hell, but
Hairline
ain't got a pot to piss in. I think that's the term they
That
use.
shit crazy.
Fresh to death, but diet all the way fucked up.
Looking like a millionaire, your ass ain't even got a fucking job.
Yeah.
A bunch of children in grown men's bodies, man. It's pathetic. I deserve this. I deserve that. Well, yeah, but you gotta act like a king to get a king's reward, man. You know?
Cause hey,
You think King David was lavishly spending the nation's treasury like that?
on any and everything.
On superficial garbage?
Man, and back then Jake had an edge, man. They'll stand up to anybody, back then, like they'll fight for something. They still have morals. But now
Now the only thing they'll fight for is a fucking Transformers rights. Are you better not see nothing about that lovely black woman, man?
Or raggedy, rundown block or hood that's not even theirs.
Yeah. Act like it's theirs. It ain't yours. And Esau Edom's going to show you that it ain't yours when he finally lays down the law.
You can have that.
You're right, yeah.
You want new earth.
Yeah, these Jakes willing to fight and kill each other over a rundown project complex that's raggedy as hell, everything toe up, or a rundown block that's filthy. Man, it's madness. Bro, this is Genesis chapter 6, verse 11.
2 Peter 3:10.
It's Genesis chapter 6, verse 11. The earth also was corrupt before Yahweh, and the earth was filled with violence. And Yahweh looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. And Yahweh said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. The earth is filled with corruption. The earth is filled with violence. The earth is filled with madness. It's filled with lasciviousness. It's filled with adultery. It's filled with bestiality. It's filled with all sorts of wicked ideologies and philosophies. It's filled with wickedness.
It's the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verses 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up.
Right, because they're wicked works, man. The earth must be cleansed and be renewed and replenished. Okay? And the only way to do that is to get rid of all this bullshit, man. All those idols, all those statues, all those wicked architectural designs, the concrete jungles, all these fucking cars, man. It's all got to be burned up. Okay?
Polluted water, polluted air, it's concrete jungle.
All these landmarks and monuments that Esau's made around the world. All the man, that's gonna be a chore and a half too. When we
For the cleanup.
the cleanup, man, because it ain't just gonna be in America. Because the East Indians, they do all kinds of idolatry with their so-called gods, and the Arabs and the Chinese and all that, man. All that shit's gotta go.
There's a lot of plastic and shit over there too.
Any monument to some bull or some fucking Buddha or whatever, man. All that shit gotta go. All them mosques, But that's after the destruction. The mosques gotta go, man. We're gonna be going all throughout that land, man. We're gonna be sending our slaves all throughout that land to destroy all those landmarks and monuments, man. Ain't gonna be no more Arabs gathering to Mecca.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are you to be in all holy conversation and godliness, looking for and hastening to the coming of the day of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And all holy manner of conversation and godliness. What are you thinking about? What are you meditating upon? What are you talking about? What is your conversation about? What are you focused on? And the people in this world is focused on madness, focused on vanity. And clearly the American dream is done in getting rich and prosperous in society. That dream is through.
It's a nightmare now. It's still a dream, it's just a nightmare.
Yeah. Going to college, getting tens of thousands of dollars of student loan debt that you'll never pay off.
And there's war going on. Like, what the fuck did you think was about to, like, okay, you go get your degree and then what?
You go get your degree and everything just goes south.
Suburbs and live happy ever after?
Or you might get your degree and then get cancer 5 years after you get your degree, because they straight up telling us that the cancer is gonna go up. This place is hell.
and all these people walking around with the punching them, you know, and some just came out saying that, I mean, even though we knew he putting diseases in them,
like an envelope,
yeah.
just waiting to be opened from the 5G.
Think about all the people in the world that's walking around. Like, there has to be a cleansing. There has to be.
Yeah, these people are ridiculous, man. Well, I mean,
Yeah, you're talking about 5G towers.
that's a big reason why Esau Edom wants to reduce the population, man. Because if there's one thing that we agree, okay, with Esau Edom is that a lot of these people are fucking useless,
Yes.
and they don't deserve life. But okay, it shouldn't be in your power, Esau Edom, to fucking have that judgment, man. Okay, and it's only, well, you were given that authority. Okay, you were given that authority for a time and a season, man.
I mean, it's only a matter. How long you think these countries gonna need to prepare for war? North Korea been preparing for war for a long time now, for years. For years, I remember North Korea preparing for nuclear war for over 10 years now.
Oh, they ready.
Israel, Iran working for nuclear missiles for over 10 years now. China preparing for war. Russia preparing like this. How long you think they gonna need to prepare for? They already ready.
America is not ready. Babylon not ready. You know, speaking of that, it's gonna be a draft soon, which we haven't really been talking about lately. But
Yeah,
but who knows? That shit come out of nowhere.
right.
That shit happen out of nowhere.
One major attack and the shit could go left like that. Could be a cyber attack. Could be a bomb, a ship attack, whatever. You know, shit could go left quick.
You know, he'll just set something off. It don't gotta be nothing.
Well, hey, he don't even got it. Now he's got so many undocumented people roaming the city centers, man. It doesn't even have to be a false flag. The false flag was letting everybody in,
Right.
you know.
There's chaos going on through the whole. I mean, the whole world.
They got
now
the-
we're in Babylon.
They got the cops guarding what was it, the New York City subways,
Oh yeah.
you know.
National Guard.
That's the model. That's going to be one of the model cities for the New World Order, man. Absolute safety. You won't be able to go anywhere without being surveilled, watched, checkpoints. Is that on that? And then we'll wrap it up.
It says, nevertheless, be according to his promise, look for new heavens and new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Right, ain't going to be no Transformers in the kingdom, man. Everything's going to be set in its proper order. Okay, we're going to be eating real food. We're not going to have an ingredients list full of all kinds of shit. Okay, you know, the air is going to be clean. The women are going to be in order. The children are going to be respectful to their parents and adults, man. You know, and children are going to learn real things. Okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna worry about having like somebody trying to kill us all day. Right. Like, literally all day. That's gonna be peace.
Is that it? Yeah,
That's it.
All right. So with that, you know, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory.
So Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Kakodash.
All right. Till next time. You know, stay up. Keep looking for that new heaven and that new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. You know.
And pray fast, repent.
So with that, till next time. Shalom.